Welcome to our countdown of the 5 best cars in the world. Buckle up as we take you through some of the most incredible machines ever built. We're talking about cars that are so good they make grown men weep, cars that are so fast they can break the sound barrier, cars that are so luxurious they make the Ritz look like a youth hostel. Now I know what you're thinking. Clarkson, you old buffoon, you couldn't pick a decent car if your life depended on it. And you're probably right, but that's why I've brought along a team of experts. Well, one expert actually, to help me out. He's a bit of a genius, this lad, knows everything there is to know about cars. So without further ado, let's get on with the show. First up, we have the Bugatti Chiron. This car is absolutely mental. It's got a top speed of over 300 miles per hour, which is just ridiculous. I mean, who needs to go that fast? It's not like you're going to outrun the police in this thing. They'll just hear the sonic boom and know it's you, but speed isn't everything. The Chiron is also a work of art. The interior is like something out of a science fiction film, and the engine, it's a 16-cylinder quad-turbocharged masterpiece that produces over 1,500 horsepower. That's more power than a small country. If you've got a spare 4 million quid lying around, I highly recommend you buy one. Just don't ask me to be your passenger. Next up, we have something a little bit different, the Tesla Model S. Now, I know what you're thinking. Clarkson, you're reviewing an electric car. Have you gone soft in your old age? Well, I haven't gone soft. I've just realized that electric cars are the future, and the Model S is the best of the bunch. This thing is seriously quick. It can go from 0 to 60 in under 2 seconds, which is faster than most supercars. And it's all thanks to those electric motors. They produce instant torque, which means you get all that power as soon as you hit the accelerator, no waiting for the engine to rev up. But the Model S isn't just about speed, it's also incredibly practical. It's got loads of space inside, and it's surprisingly comfortable to drive. Plus, you can't argue with the fact that it's good for the environment. Chapter 3, Ferrari LaFerrari, the hybrid hypercar. Now we come to the Ferrari LaFerrari. This is a hybrid hypercar, which means it's got both a petrol engine and an electric motor. And let me tell you, the combination is absolutely lethal. This thing is an absolute rocket ship. It can go from 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds, and it has a top speed of over 217 miles per hour. But the LaFerrari isn't just about brute force, it's also incredibly agile and responsive. It handles like a dream, and the brakes are phenomenal. This is a car that you can really push to the limit, and it will always reward you. Of course, all this performance comes at a price. The LaFerrari is one of the most expensive cars in the world, with a price tag of over £1 million. But if you can afford it, it's worth every penny. Chapter 4, Rolls-Royce Phantom, the lap of luxury. Right, let's take a break from all this speed and performance for a moment and talk about something a little bit more refined. The Rolls-Royce Phantom. This car is the epitome of luxury. It's like being driven around in your own personal palace. The interior is absolutely exquisite. It's trimmed in the finest leather and wood, and there's enough technology in there to make a NASA engineer blush. You can even get a starlight headliner that makes it look like you're driving under the night sky. But the best thing about the Phantom is the way it drives. It's so smooth and quiet. You barely even feel the bumps in the road. It's like floating on a cloud. Chapter 5, Porsche 911, an icon never dies. And finally, we come to the Porsche 911. This car is a legend. It's been in production for over 50 years, and it's still one of the best sports cars on the market. So what makes the 911 so special? Well, it's a combination of factors. Firstly, it's got a fantastic engine. The Flat 6 is a work of art, and it sounds absolutely glorious when you rev it up. Secondly, the 911 is incredibly well balanced. The weight distribution is perfect, and it handles like a dream. You can really throw this car into corners, and it will always come out the other side pointing in the right direction. And finally, the 911 is just so damn cool. It's one of those cars that everyone wants to drive, and it always turns heads wherever it goes. So which one wins? Well, there you have it, our countdown of the 5 best cars in the world. So which one is the best? Honestly, it's impossible to say. They're all incredible cars in their own right. It really depends on what you're looking for in a car. If you want the fastest car on the planet, then the Bugatti Chiron is the obvious choice. If you're looking for a luxurious limousine that will make you feel like royalty, then the Rolls-Royce Phantom is the car for you. And if you want a car that's both fast and fun to drive, then you can't go wrong with the Porsche 911. Thanks for joining us on this ride through the best cars in the world. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on your favorite car below.